Number one is loneliness. Men feel lonely. And loneliness is not the physical that they're just isolated, but mentally they feel alone. So they feel like there's no one they can talk to, no one they can share it with, no one's in the situation that they're in. And that's a sense of they've isolated themselves. Um, and they feel that they don't really belong to anything. And that can be tragic. That can be a hard place to think because what's the internal dialogue at this point? What are you thinking where you're thinking, nobody will understand where I am. Nobody else is going through what I'm going through. How can I tell the people that are around me? I don't want to burden them with it. So that's isolation and that gives you a feeling of loneliness. The simple answer is this. Everybody goes through stuff. See what you're experiencing right now. You're not the first. You'll not be the last. And guess what they did? They got through it. Just like you'll get through it. And one of the best ways to get through it is to start to do something about it. So if you feel isolated, start to get into different groups. So see, if you're isolated and alone, you're going to feel like you're doom scrolling. You are probably becoming more introvert. You're talking less. You're not socializing as much. Your mood will drop down and you'll just feel like you can't be bothered. And that's a sign that you're pulling in. And the best counter to pulling in, ironically, is to start to push. So start to expand, start to get into something. And one of the ways to do that is to start getting a focus on a particular thing. So you can start to do the work, start to develop yourself, start to push out this feeling that you have is trying to pull you in, start to extend out, get yourself in a gym, start training. It can be something as simple as going to walk on a treadmill or going to walk outside, or maybe you want to start to run. But give yourself something to do that expands where you're at. And, I'm a big fan of cycling, and you can have escapism in a negative way and you can have an escapism in a positive way. Like you see these adverts on the TV, it's like secret escapes, just get into nature and feel good. And that's very positive. A negative escapism is I want to shut my door and I don't want to speak to anybody and let me just doom scroll and be left in my own thoughts. And as the thoughts come, they swirl down and down and down and down. And it's low and it's sad and it's retracting. Well, flip the switch. You can escape positively, go a hard training session, push yourself. You don't even need to be good at it. You can just do something that you find hard. And what happens then is when you do something that's hard, say you want to go a hard run or going into the gym and put out a great session, push yourself to the point where it's so hard that you have pushed past what you would normally like to do. And then that's all you need to do. But what I would ask you to do is feel what that feels like, because you're going to get some great feelings. You're going to start to feel a bit of self-value, a bit of self-worth. You're in an environment where other people are running or cycling or in the gym. And they're just the same as you. They're just pushing. They're just trying to get a better version of themselves and they're looking to grow. And when you do that, you're going to start to feel belonging because you take a look around, there's other people running. There's other people cycling. There's other people doing pull-ups. There's other people doing this work. So you're not as alone as you think. They're all doing the same thing. They're all pushing, getting rid of the stress of life, letting those, cortisol build up and just empty it out in the gym where you can push hard, do the same, any type of exercise. One of my favorite things to do is get up into the mountains where you go up and you can feel that hard push. A mountain's just like anything that's hard. That's where mindset comes from. You initially think it's a great idea. I'll go a climb in nature, can start this climb and it'll be great and it's hard and can take some food and some water and really enjoy it and then get to the top and see the view and think it's great. And it is a great idea until you start. And then you're like, whoa, this is harder than I thought. And you need to push, you need to push. And although it's a physical battle, it's just as much as a psychological battle because you are needing to push yourself through out of that comfort zone and into that place where you're uncomfortable and sustain it there. That's what makes it beautiful because it's hard and you don't want to do it, but you're getting a little win. The longer you go, the better you feel because you know you're pushing and it's right. It feels good. When you get to the top, you get the prize. You get the prize of the views. And in Scotland, that's not guaranteed, let me tell you. You can get to the top and just see a whole lot of fog on clouds. But even if you do, and myself and Mikey had that in Schiehallion, we climbed up that mountain, that Munro, that 3,000 feet climb and got to the top and could not see a thing. It was above 3,000 feet. I think it was 3,500 feet through the blizzard, the wind, the snow. The snow was going sideways. We couldn't even see our hand in front of our face. There was icicles in my beard. And we couldn't see it, that we actually ended up only realising that we hit the summit because we realised we were starting to go down the other side. And then we backed up and thought, oh, we've reached the top. Couldn't see a thing. But what did we get? We got the satisfaction of accomplishment. Pushing when it was hard. Pushing through the elements and braving the elements. It felt good. And when you do these things, whether it be mountain, hiking, climbing, cycling, gym work, you're going to be around people that are the same as you. And even if you aren't training together, you know that they are your people and you have a common interest. So you're not as lonely as you think. So begin that. That's the easiest cure to loneliness is to push out and venture out, because loneliness is really isolation and you're not as isolated as you think. And it's right there. So grab it, do it, go out and get involved and don't hold yourself back. So that's my top tip.